Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this morning's matchup between the Waco High Lady Lions and your University Lady Trojans. And now, the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Waco High Lady Lady Lions. Number 3, Shady Cobb. Number 11, Tanisha Cortez. Number 12, Vanessa Pearson. Number 14, Essence Watson. Number 22, Ivory Scott. The head coach for the Lady Trojan, for the Lady Lions is Bevan Brown, Shamika Massington, Kaylin Talley, and Savannah Shavers. And now, the starting lineup for your University Lady Trojans. At guard, number 3, Dennis Casardes. At guard, number 10, Jader Sanders. At guard, number 20, Matilda Davis. At forward, number 33, Shadarian At forward, number 35, Alexis Hunt. The head coach for the University Lady Trojans is Coach Trey Lloyd Jr. The third, and Coach Trey Lloyd Jr., Jessica Roberts, and Travis Gibson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy this morning's game. Thank you.
Teams have been announced here at the University High School Gymnasium as the Waco Lady Lions visit the University Lady Trojans. Opening game of the 2019-2020 season for the two teams. University Lady Trojans under the direction of Trey Lloyd, and the University Lady Lions under the head coach Vervin Brown. These two teams not in the same district any longer due to the most recent UIL realignment, quite possibly the new realignment that comes around in February of 2020. The two teams may once again be in the same district, but since they're not in the same district, they will only play one time this year, and it's the opening game of the season for both squads. Ready to jump center court here. Essence Watson controls it for Waco High. Deja Cortez gets it off to Watson. Tries to get into the corner, but the ball tips off the fingertips of Vanessa Pearson. Turnover gives the ball to the University Lady Trojans. Candace Caceres will trigger the action for the Lady Trojans. Waco High blocks her off to the right side. Good defense there by Shay Cobb. Now trying to the left side, getting in the left corner, but they'll pitch it back out to the top of the key. Driving down to the baseline. Shot put up by Cortez. Caceres is no good, but the rebound shot put up by Gamble goes down, and University is on top 2-0 with the free throw to come for Sheridan Gamble. a senior for Trey Lloyd's team. So get one shot, a good look at Sheridan Gamble there. She hits that one to give her 3 points. Or actually, I guess she missed that bucket a moment ago, so that's just the first point. She hit both free throws, so it's 2-0. University. Could have sworn that basket went down, but apparently it did not count. It was a shooting foul on the floor. Right at the three-point arc, shot off target by Cobb. University runs, but decides to pull it back out. Caceres into the corner. Off the rim by Gamble. A drive to the baseline and a shot put up and a foul. As Candace Caceres will go to the line. Foul is on 14. Essence Watson, her first. Team second foul. Cortez misses, or excuse me, Caceres misses the first of the 2 free throws. Just a sophomore. She'll be around for a couple of more years. She misses that one as well. Keeps our score at University 2, Waco High 0. As we've played 1 minute and 10 seconds in the contest. Shay Cobb drives all the way into the lane, dishes off, but the shot put up is no good. Essence Watson will be at the line. Off the back of the iron, no good. Watson just a freshman, so Irvin Brown's got a pup here to try to help him win some ball games over the next 4 seasons. She hits that one to make it 2-1 in favor of University. Traveling going to be called there. We'll give the ball back to Waco High with a chance to take the lead here. Get a little bit of pressure from the Lady Trojans. Waco uses a 3-guard concept to get it across the line. Trying to drive to the hoop. Cobb has it go out of bounds, and University will take over. Candace Caceres goes to the right side. Caceres tries to get an inside pass. Trying to get that into Sheridan Gamble, but it's knocked away by Waco High. University's throw in under the basket. Out to the top of the key. Gamble drives in and puts it in. Sheridan Gamble now has 4 points. That's all the points for University so far in the contest. They lead 4-1. Sophomore Cobb looking for an open pass on the far side. Gets it off to Edtasia Cortez. Cortez is fouled in the process. Checking into the game for Waco High, number 33, Katura King. She's a junior. Also checking in for the Lady Lions, Aliyah Clark. Pass all the way out to the top of the key to the base, to the free throw line goes Cobb. Her shot is no good, but she's fouled. And she'll get shots from the free throw line. Cobb hits her first free throw. Checking in for University, Zandria Hughes, a junior. Shea Cobb with one more. Drains it. Lady Lions down by 1 at 4-3. Just past the 2-minute mark. Caceres from the corner dribbles out. Good defense by Cobb on Caceres, but going to cause a turnover. Good look at Lady Lions head coach Bervin Brown. University in a man-to-man defense. Kira King comes out, dribbles to the right side, loses the dribble, picks it up and double dribbles. That'll turn it over back to the Lady Trojans. Sophomore Kansas Caceres likes to go to the right side, it appears. Top of the key, it goes to Gamble. Gamble traveled with the basketball. A little more than 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Waco trails University 4-3. Fancy dribbling by Cobb to get it to the right side. She's going to be fouled, and Waco High will get a throw in from the near side. Ivory Scott checks back in for Waco High. Ivory Scott initiates the throw in. Puts it out to Scott. Scott thought about the three, dribbles in for a two near the right elbow, but the shot is short. Caceres off the rim. Scott with the rebound for Waco High. And now Caceres going to be called for the foul. Couple more check in for Waco High. Renee Carpenter, number 10, and number 32, Faith Watson, now in for Waco High. Irvin Brown gets some fresh legs into the contest. All the way to the basket. Shot put up, but no good by Faith Watson. I'll check that. I believe that was Ivory Scott going to the line. There you see, Ivory's going to get a couple of shots from the free throw. It's the first one to tie the ball game up at 4 apiece. Scott, one of 3 freshmen on this year's Waco Lions team. Gets that one off the back of the rim, but gets her own rebound. Bounce pass into Kira King, and she puts it up and in. And King is fouled. Waco High has their first lead. Up, take that back. They whistle it dead. Apparently she double dribbled on the way to the basket. So still tied at 4 apiece. Serena Guardiola brings it up for University. Waco High gets the rebound. Running with the ball. Ball lost out of bounds. Cortez tried to get the pass to Scott, but Scott wasn't necessarily ready for it. Destiny Burks inbounds the ball. Serena Guardiola will bring it across the timeline. From three-point land. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Waco High. Carpenter with the control, gets it off to Scott. Excuse me, Cortez at the baseline. Ball goes out of bounds. They say it belongs to Waco High. .331 left first quarter. We're all tied up at 4 apiece. Waco High has not had a lead in this game, but has an opportunity to take the lead here. Pass comes all the way out to the top to Tasia Cortez. Waiting for a teammate to get open or get a block to get herself open. Now she loses the ball in the far corner, and it's going to be University's ball. Junior Destiny Burks inbounds it. Gets it to the sophomore, Serena Guardiola. Burks from the right side looking for a pass in. Nothing there. Now drops it into Gamble. Gamble with the turnaround, gets it back. Three-pointer on the way, but no good. Rebound fought for. Hughes with a shot from outside the three-point arc is good. Zandria Hughes, the junior, gets her first basket. It's a three-pointer, and University's lead now 7-4. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark left of the first quarter. Ivory Scott into the right corner. Picks up a double team, gets it off to King, back to Scott. Scott still tries to drive in, puts up a shot, but gets fouled in the process. Three of the fouls on number 40, Destiny Burks, her first. Back into the game for Waco High, Eunice Watson along with Shea Cobb. Ivory Scott will be at the line. Unable to make it go. Guardiola tries to dribble in, has it stolen away by King. On the fast break, Waco High has to pull it back out. King puts up the shot, no good. Foul going to be called. Going to be called on Eunice Watson for coming over the back. I have that as her second foul. The ball goes back to University. Faith Watson checks back into the game for Waco High. She's one of those three freshmen that Irvin Brown is counting on this year. Guardiola goes to the right side over to Burks. Burks dribbles down toward the baseline, but loses the ball, and once again the turnover gives it back to Waco High with 1:48 left to go first quarter. Irvin Brown once again going to his bench. Brings in number 5, senior Elia Clark. Cobb working the right side, gets it off to Clark. Clark, though, traveled with the basketball. And gives the ball back to University. Vanessa Pearson inbounds it. Check that. That was Zandria Hughes that inbounded. Shot off the front of the rim. Waco High gets another opportunity here with 1:20 to go first quarter. Trailing 7-3. Pass into Katura King. King can't get it to go, but she is fouled, and she'll get a couple of shots. King, a junior, was a big part of this Lady Lion team a year ago. And rolls off the front of the rim. Return to the game for University is Candace Caceres. Entering the game for the first time is Jolie Lewis, number 32, a sophomore. King gets that one to drop. Makes it a 2-point game. University's had the lead since the get-go, but Waco did tie it at 4. But a 3-point basket allowed University to recapture the lead. Faith Watson checks out for Waco High. Elia Clark back in. Shea Cobb brings the ball across the timeline. Goes to the left side, tried to pitch it out, but traveled with the basketball before she got the pass off. Vanessa Pearson and Faith Watson back in for Waco High. Candace Caceres going to the left side, back to the top of the key. Driving in and putting up a shot is Destiny Burks, but she's going to be fouled. The foul's going to be on Katura King, her first. And good look at, that's number 20, Michaela Davis, who gets the shot. Back up by 3 again. Ivory Scott checks back in for Waco High, along with Aaliyah Clark. Michaela Davis gets one more and goes off the back of the rim. Waco High able to chase down the loose ball, but loses it out of bounds, and University gets to inbound underneath their own basket. Serena Guardiola will trigger the inbound. Irvin Brown once again will make changes. Ball stolen away by Waco High, controlled by Katura King. Gets it off to Cobb. Cobb back to King. King from the right side, bounce pass in. Gets it back outside. King maybe had a lane but could not hold on to the pass. Watson just inside the free throw line. Puts up a shot and she's fouled. So Faith Watson will get a chance to score here in the first quarter with a little more than 24 seconds left in the period. He's got the first of the two. Good look at the University bench as Sheridan Gamble checks back in for the Lady Trojans. She'll take over for Sandria Hughes. Watson gets them both. Makes it a one-point contest. University most likely going for the last shot here. Into the corner, try to pitch it across, but Katura King steps in front of that pass and takes it away. Waco High now with a chance to take the lead just before the quarter ends. Shot no good by Cortez. Underneath the basket, though, there's a foul called. Vanessa Pearson's going to go to the line for Waco High with a chance to give them the lead with 1.21 seconds left. Bounces it off the front of the rim. Couldn't get either one of them to go. And now a whistle and a foul called on the rebound, or maybe somebody was in the lane too early. Less than a second left in the period. Waco High will get a chance to inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Basically, it's get it in and shoot. Shot was not off in time, so at the end of the first quarter, our score is University 8 and Waco High 7. Well, after the first quarter, Waco High has not been able to buy a basket. All their points have come from the free throw line. 2 for Shea Cobb, 1 for Esses Watson, 1 for Ivory Scott, 2 for Faith Watson, and 1 for Katura King. Meanwhile, University only able to hit 2 baskets in the first quarter. Sandria Hughes had a 3-pointer, Sheridan Gamble a 2-pointer. Michaela Davis had a free throw, and Sheridan Gamble had 2 free throws, so she leads all scorers with 4 points after the first 8 minutes of play. Waco High never able to take the lead away from University. They did tie it at 4 apiece at one point in the first quarter. University pretty much has controlled this contest from the opening tip. Waco High has done an outstanding job of taking the ball away, but has not been able to cash in on those turnovers just yet as we get ready for the second quarter of action here at the University High School Gymnasium. First and only meeting of the year between the Lady Trojans and the Lady Lions, again because they are no longer in the same district. School's hoping, though, that the UIL numbers will allow them to be both in the same classification as well as the same district during the next 2-year UIL realignment. That's going to be released this coming February. Back underway here in the second quarter. University trying to work the ball in. Out to the top of the key. Shot put up no good and rebounded by Waco High's Adtasia Cortez. Cortez has a chance to give Waco a lead. Unable to get the pass off. Finally has to go in the corner to Ivory Scott, but Scott travels with the basketball before she starts her dribble. The turnover gives it back to University. Candace Caceres off to Sheridan Gamble. Gamble's three-pointer misses everything, goes out of bounds. Waco High gets the basketball. Shay Cobb, the point guard, tries to throw it in the corner, gets it there. Shot put up, but no good by Ivory Scott. Underneath the basket, though, Essence Watson able to get the ball up and in, and Watson now has 3 points in the game. And Waco High has their first lead at 9-8, 1 minute into the second quarter. 2-point good. University grabs the lead right back thanks to that bucket by Jolie Lewis, her first of the night. She's just a sophomore. Now the ball taken away by University. Once again stolen right back by Shay Cobb. Cobb passes it off to Scott. Scott goes to the corner, gets it back to Cobb. Cobb's three-pointer is off the mark. Katura King has the rebound. Her put back just rolls around and rolls out. Little fight for the ball there, and it's going to be going over to University as Serena Guardiola. Take that back. It's going to go to Waco High, and jump ball is going to go Waco High's way. So it'll be Cobb to inbound the pass. Gets it to King, and King puts it right back up, but unable to get it to fall. Cobb chases it down. Ivory Scott goes to the paint, puts up the shot off glass, and good. Ivory Scott with her first bucket of the night. Well, I have to erase that one off my score sheet. Apparently, something happened. I guess she traveled before she got the shot off. So it's 10-9 University, 2 minutes deep into the second quarter. Saris into the corner. Another shot put up by Jolie Lewis, but that one's off the mark. Jada Sanders at the line. She hits the first one. First points of the night for the senior. Trojans up by 2 once again. Off the front of the rim this time. University unable to capitalize at the free throw line. Cortez out top, gets it off to Cobb. Cobb puts up a wild shot, no good. She thought she was fouled but didn't draw it. University on the run. Caceres puts up the left-hander, no good. Chasing down the rebound. University's able to control it. Thanks to Gamble. Gamble gets it off to Guardiola. She puts up a shot that's off glass and no good, and Waco High rebounds. Cortez is going to be fouled by Serena Guardiola. Ivory Scott checking in for Waco High. Zandria Hughes will come in for University. At the line for the Lady Lions is Edtasia Cortez, a senior. Has not managed a point yet in this contest. Now she has one. Now we get the subs into the game. Cortez gets one more opportunity. Campbell gets the rebound for University. Brings it across the timeline where she's met by Cobb. Hughes into the corner. Hughes now drives to the basket, but it's off the mark. Actually, that was Jolie Lewis driving to the basket. Lewis is going to be fouled, and we'll get a couple of shots. She's got just 2 points in the game so far. University totally abandons the free throw line other than the shooter. Lewis hits the first one. Vanessa Pearson returns to the game for Waco High as Lewis gets one more shot. That one rolls over the front of the rim and down. She's got 4 points now. Ties Sheridan Gamble for the team lead in points at 4. 3-point game, 13-10. Pass goes out of bounds off of Waco High, and University will get the throw in. Faith Watson back in for Waco High. Bervin Brown is doing a good job of getting substitutes in the game. Again, this is the very first game of the season. These coaches are trying to see which groupings match up best against the opponent. Three-pointer off the top of the glass and no good. As Waco High gets the rebound. Ivory Scott with a three-pointer off the front of the rim. Watson underneath tries to put it back up, but she's going to get fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line. Essence Watson has 3 points in the game. A little bit of a line drive there that won't go. 1 for 3 from the free throw line right now. Waco High grabbed a lead 1 minute into the second quarter, but University grabbed it right back and has not relinquished it since. Watson missed the other free throw. Three-pointer put up. I'll take it back just a two-pointer. It is good for Jada Sanders. She now has 3 points. Ivory Scott looking to penetrate the lane. They'll have to pass it off. She tries to get it to Cobb, but it's going to go out of bounds. University coach Trey Lloyd retrieves the basketball as he sends a substitute into the game. Candace Casares into the corner. Zandria Hughes off the mark. But the University couldn't save from going out of bounds. Trojans up 16-10 with 3:46 left to go in the first half. 3 to 6 points is the biggest lead for University in the contest so far. Ivory Scott inbounds it. Shea Cobb will bring it across the timeline. University now in a 2-3 zone defense. Trying to keep the ball from getting into the paint. That's where you need your outside shooters to take the zone away. Cortez tries to penetrate, pitches it out in the corner. The shot no good by Cortez. And University comes up with the rebound. Trojans led 8-7 at the end of the first quarter. Gamble goes to the hoop but can't get it to go, and she'll get a couple of free throws as she's fouled in the act. Sheridan Gamble with 4 points. She's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Still perfect. With a 7-point lead, the largest for University in the game so far. That one off the mark. Jura King with the rebound. Cobb takes the point for Waco High. Looking to break that 2-3 zone. Tasia Cortez looking for an opening, trying to get some teammates to move around. Now finally gets Cobb to come out. Back to Cortez. Down low to Katura King. Her turnaround jumper's no good, and Gamble has the rebound for University. Trey Lloyd says to slow it down. Lady Trojans with a 7-point lead. All going to be taken away. And unfortunately, they're going to call a foul as Candace Caceres tried to keep the ball from being stolen. She picked up the foul, and that's going to send Shea Cobb to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Cobb is 2 for 2 at the free throw line for the Lady Lions. Can't get that one to fall, though. See the clock there with 2:18 left here in the first half. Misses that one as well off the back of the iron. Gamble looks down low. Alexis Hadnot was pleading for the basketball, but a little late getting it there. Does go off of a Waco Lady Lion, so University will inbounds from underneath their own basket. Scott returns to the game for Waco High along with Watson. Caceres triggers the inbound. Goes all the way out to the top to Jada Sanders. Drive to the basket. Does not fall for Alexis Hadnot. She's fouled in the act and will go to the line. Hadnot, a junior, her first opportunity for points tonight. As that one will rattle off two sides of the rim and pop out. Faith Watson returns for Waco High, taking over for Essence Watson. Next shot for Hadnot is good. Extends University's lead to 8 at 18-10. With under 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. That three-pointer goes down for Tasia Cortez. University tries to answer with a three-pointer, unable to get it to go, and Ivory Scott rebounds it for Waco High. Tries to run the floor, able to do so with a nice bounce pass to Shea Cobb. Waco High has cut that 8-point deficit down to 3 in the final minutes of the half. Almost another turnover. Bounce pass inside, stolen away by Tasia Cortez. And Waco High gets the timeout to make sure that they can keep possession of the basketball. Good move there by Marvin Brown to get the 30-second timeout to help Waco High keep control and give them a chance to maybe retie this game with a three-pointer here late in the second quarter. Lady Trojans led 8-7 at the end of the first 8 minutes of play. But the Lady Trojans were able to extend that lead to as many as 8 here in the second quarter. Waco High, though, is able to drop it back to just 3 points with 1:06 left in the half. And they have the basketball. Chance to at least get within one or maybe tie it up with a 3-point basket. Shea Cobb goes to the right side. Drops it in the corner to Cortez. Her three-pointer is on the way and bounces off the rim, no good. University gets the rebound. Pass down low, put up, and no good. But a foul going to be called. Good fight down there by Alexis Hadnot to try to make something happen for the Lady Trojans. But was fouled in the act, and she'll go to the line to shoot a couple. That one rattles around and goes down. She's got 2 points now, 2 of 3 from the line. That one off the front of the rim. Waco gets the rebound. Cobb will bring it across. Tries to get it inside to Faith Watson, but it's off her hands. University now on the run with it. Dropping her dribble, though, is Jada Sanders. It goes out of bounds, and Waco High will have the basketball with 25 seconds to go. My mistake. Looks like they called a foul on Waco High in the process, so it will be Sanders at the line to shoot a pair. She's 1 of 3 from the free throw line, has 3 points all in the second quarter. Bounces that one off the back of the rim. One more try for the senior, Jada Sanders. That one goes down. He has 4 now. 5-point lead for University. Waco High trying to work it around to the left side. Back out to Cobb. Cobb off to Cortez. Looks like they're willing to let the clock run out. Now we have 3 seconds called in the lane by Waco High, so the ball goes over to University. University with 7.26 seconds left in the first half will be able to take the lead at halftime. A quick change just before the ball was inbounded as Elia Clark back in for Waco High. If University even attempts a final shot, they're going to try to drop it down low to Gamble. Gamble puts it in off glass right at the buzzer and gets the 2 points. So after the first 16 minutes of play, the University Lady Trojans have a 7-point lead at 22-15. Stay tuned. Our second half action coming up a moment here on Waco ISD TV. Mark Smith back at the University High School Gymnasium at halftime of today's non-district battle between the University Lady Trojans and the Waco Lady Lions. Lady Trojans with a 22-15 lead at the end of the first half of play. Sheridan Gamble leads all scorers with 6 points in the first half. 4 points for Jada Sanders and Jolie Lewis. Waco High led by Shea Cobb and Edtasia Cortez with 4 apiece. As we get underway here in the second half, University quickly tries to get the ball underneath. Sheridan Gamble trying to put up a shot, but she's going to end up being fouled by Eunice Watson. Excuse me, that's Esses Watson. I'll have that as 3 fouls against Watson. And it'll send Gamble to the line, where she was 2 of 3 in the first half. Again, she led all scorers with 6 points in our first half of play. Makes the first one good. 8-point lead is the largest for Waco, for University in the game at any point. Faith Watson checks in for Waco High as Gamble gets set for her second free throw, and it too is good. Give her 8 points. Top scorer in the game. 9-point lead, the largest for University in the contest so far. Shot put up by Ivory Scott is good from 3. Gives her 4 points in the game. Candace Casares, the sophomore, dribbles around to the left side, pops it down to the corner. Gamble takes the pass to the top of the key and drops the 3 down. But Sheridan Gamble's finding her range. She hits her first 3-point basket of the night. Waco High trying to answer by Scott. Fight for the rebound. Good job by Shea Cobb to get in there and try to come up with the basketball, but on an alternate possession, it belongs to University. And it looks like we got a 30-second timeout called by Waco High. Bervin Brown wants to talk to his troops here. After this game, Waco High looks forward to a game against La Vega. That is also on the road. They'll play 3 tournaments this year. They're going to be playing the Corsicana tournament November the 14th through the 16th. They'll be at the Fairfield tournament December 12th through the 14th. And then they'll also take part in the MT Rice tournament January 26th through the 28th. They do start conference play in 6A on the road at Colleen Ellison on December the 3rd. Inbounds pass knocked away by Katura King. Waco High goes to a full court press. Finally get the ball in, or did it get in time? It was not in time, so Waco High, with the pressure, causes the turnover. Now Waco High trying to get the inbounds pass. They do get it into Ivory Scott. She steps inside the 3-point arc and misses. The University rebounds. Casares comes up with it. Traveling going to be called as Destiny Burks tried to take the pass and go down the lane. Tasia Cortez gets it off to Shea Cobb. Back out to Cortez. Thought about the 3, but decided not to. Cortez looking for an opening anywhere, but can't find one just yet. Back to Cobb. Cobb drops it into King. King back outside to Scott. Driving into the lane. Cobb unable to get it to fall. Watson gets the rebound. But Gamble finally controls it for University. Just flat stolen away by Ivory Scott, and then Scott is fouled. As she tried to go the other way. Zandria Hughes picks up the foul. And Waco High will inbound it from the near side. Zandria Hughes checks out. Michaela Davis checks in for University. Cobb and Scott pass it back and forth. Now they go to the right side. Cortez looking for the 3, will take it, and will make it fall. Tasia Cortez, her second 3-pointer of the night, gives her 7 now. That's the University lead down to 6 at 27-21. Faith Watson trying to come up with the steal, unable to do so. But Gamble will pick up the foul, trying to avoid the steal. Got that as the first foul against Sheridan Gamble. University inbounds. Pass is knocked away by Katura King. And a foul going to be called on Jada Sanders, trying to get the ball back. Goes over to Waco High. Cobb looking to the right side to Scott. Scott comes out to meet the pass. University back to a man-to-man defense. Cortez puts up a running two-pointer that's good. Edtasia Cortez with 5 in the period and 9 in the game. She leads all scorers now, I do believe. Take that back, she's trailing Sheridan Gamble, who's got 10. Try to drop it inside, but that's knocked away by Faith Watson. Another steal for Waco High. They've been very good at taking the ball away from University, just have not been able to make that count in points. Got a foul under the University basket. Guardiola going to check back in for University. Number 15, sophomore Serena Guardiola. Javiante Cobb gets it across the timeline. Now traveling going to be called on Ivory Scott as he tried to change directions. Again, Waco High has never led in the game. They've tied it on a couple occasions. University's had as much as a 9-point lead. Waco High keeps stealing the ball and whittling it away. Ivory Scott ends up traveling with the basketball again and gives it right back to University. Candace Casares. Well, the University calls a timeout before Casares can bring it in. It's a 30-second timeout for Trey Lloyd as he wants to talk to his troops. Lady Trojans, after tonight, will take on Temple. And they too will play in 3 different tournaments this year. They'll play in the Bowie tournament November the 14th through the 16th. They'll take part in the Corsicana tournament November 21st through the 23rd. And then they will finish off tournament play at the Lorena tournament December the 5th through the 7th. And the Lady Trojans do not start district play until December the 20th. They get the bye the first week of district play. So their first game will be at home against Cleburne in district play on December the 20th. Inbounds pass comes to Hadnot. Ball stolen away though by Waco High, and a foul going to be called on Candace Casares, trying to deny the steal. I have that as 3 fouls on Casares. Destiny Burks checks back in for University. Ivory Scott tried to put up a running jumper, but called for traveling before she gets going. The ball goes back to University. Waco High once again with a full court press. University doing what it can to break the press and able to do so. Shot put up by Casares, hits the side of the rim and goes out of bounds. You can see it's a 4-point lead for University, 27-23 with under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Ivory Scott now will bring the ball across for Waco High. Tries to dribble into the paint, but denied by Casares. Now it's back out top to Cobb. Cobb able to dribble into the paint, but now pitches it back outside to King, over to Scott. Scott drives in, puts up a shot off glass and good. Ivory Scott has 5 points in the third quarter and 6 for the game. Now Waco High gets the steal. Cobb puts it up and in to give her 6 points, and it's all tied up at 27 apiece with 3:15 to go third quarter. The Waco High press working for the Lady Lions here to undo a University lead and tie the game up at 27 apiece. Irvin Brown, the head coach, working hard on the sidelines, trying to encourage his girls to take the lead for the first time. Drop it down low, shot off the mark. Save from going out of bounds. University able to save it and put it back up and in. Nice job there by Destiny Burks to come up with her first basket of the night. Good reaction under the bucket. University back on top, 29-27. Scott from three-pointer. Off the rim, no good. Gamble has the rebound for University. She'll take it coast to coast. Put it in off glass, but it's short. King has the rebound for Waco. And the pass is knocked out of bounds by Sheridan Gamble. Waco High will, University will inbound it. Vanessa Pearson back in for Waco High. And checking in for University is Michaela Davis. 2:28 left, third quarter. Now we're ready to get back to action. Davis looking for a shot, wasn't there. King knocks it out of bounds. And she denies the pass into Guardiola. Guardiola thought about the three, wouldn't take it from 2-point. No good. University able to save the rebound, but pass back. It's going to be controlled by, almost controlled by Waco High. Pearson couldn't come up with it. It'll be University's inbound. Davis wants the ball on the backside, but they don't see her there yet. Gamble trying to dribble into the paint, pitches it back outside. The three-pointer's on the way and no good, but Gamble has the rebound, can't get it to fall, but she's fouled in the process. And take that back. She double dribbled, trying to go up to the basket. Waco High gets the basketball down 2 with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Cobb tries to drive in, now pitches it off to the side to Pearson. Pass in and is stolen away by Gamble. Gamble dribbles it up the left side all the way to the baseline. And a foul going to be called on her way to the bucket. Aaliyah Clark checks back in for Waco High. Inbounds pass. Back in the corner it goes to Guardiola. She puts up a three-pointer. That's good. Serena Guardiola, her first points of the night is a three-pointer. 31-27 our score. That shot way off the mark by Waco High. 1:10 to go third quarter. Now Waco High steals the pass again. But a foul called on the play. Foul's going to be on Michaela Davis. I have that as her first. She's going to leave the game, though, and Candace Caceres, the sophomore, going to check back in. Waco High's ball, trailing by 4 as we reach the final minute of the third quarter. Into King, back out it goes to Scott. Waco High taking its time now, looking for an open shot. King pitches it back out in the corner, and that shot's blocked by Gamble. Clark tried to take one from the corner, but Gamble knocked it right back at her. Cortasia drives, puts up the left-handed runner that's no good. Gamble rebounds for University, loses her dribble. Gets it off to the near side to Casares. Casares back to Gamble, back to Casares. In the corner, shots put up no good, but rebounded University. Gamble from the free throw line off the front of the hoop, but gets the rebound, tries to put it back up, and she's fouled. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Gamble. Good look there at Sheridan Gamble, Trojan senior. She's got 11 points in the contest to lead all scorers. Make that 12 now. 3 for 3 in the third quarter from the free throw line. Pearson checks out for Waco High as Gamble gets one more. Here's the Lady Trojans, a 6-point lead with 19 seconds left. Waco High looking for the final shot of the third quarter. Better get in a hurry here. From the corner, Ivory Scott unable to get it to go. And we've completed the third quarter of play with University on top of Waco High by 6, 33-27. Tasia Cortez and Ivory Scott led a Waco High comeback in that third quarter with 5 points apiece. Helped them tie the game at 27 apiece, but from that mark, University Trojans went on a 6-0 run thanks to Sheridan Gamble, who as we start the fourth quarter leads all scorers. She's got 15 points in the game. Again, University has never trailed in this contest. Waco High has tied it on 3 occasions. The last was at 27 apiece. With about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. There you see the head coach of the Lady Trojans, Trey Lloyd, giving instructions to his team for this final 8 minutes of this only meeting between Waco High and University this season. University won the meeting between these two teams a year ago. That was over at the Waco High Gymnasium. They're trying to get the sweep of the 2 games within this particular UIL realignment. Again, the school's hoping to be at least within the same classification next year. Right now, Waco High's in 6A and University in 5A. The UIL realignment coming up in February. Ready to go with the final 8 minutes of this one. Waco High has the ball, trailing by 6. Shay Cobb gets it over to Ivory Scott, back to Cobb. Scott plays pitch and catch. Now gets it off to King, back to Cobb. Comes in the corner to Carpenter, who entered the game here in the fourth quarter. Waco High still looking for that open shot against the 2-3 zone for University. Finally, Scott puts up a shot from outside the corner that's well short. Gamble rebounds it, gets it off to Casares. Casares' shot is blocked by Katura King, and now Waco High runs the other way. Two-pointer on the way, but off the mark by Carpenter. University with the rebound and on the run. Pass goes into Zandria Hughes, who gets it off glass and good. She's got 5 points. And University has a 8-point lead. Once again, University in that 2-3 zone. Trying to keep Waco High from dropping the ball into one of their taller players like Katura King or Essence Watson. That shot's off the mark, but King has the rebound and puts it up and in. Just 3 points now for Katura King in the contest. Waco High gets to inbound underneath their own basket. Bounce pass into Watson. Watson double team, has it taken away. Waco High able to control it. Scott cut off by the Trojan defense. From the corner, Scott drops a two-pointer up, but no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by University. Guardiola trying to get the pass into Hughes and throws it behind Hughes, and it goes out of bounds. Shea Cobb wants the basketball, gets it into Ivory Scott. Scott will trigger the play from the top of the key. Looking to the left side, now goes to the right side, dribbles between a couple of University players, puts up a shot and being called for traveling. Turns the ball over to University. Get the pass in to Jolie Lewis. Down court it goes to Gamble, and Gamble with the scoop shot gets it to fall and gets the foul, and he gets a chance at one more. Fourth basket of the night for Sheridan Gamble. She's been at the free throw line much of the night. She is 6 of 7 from the free throw line with another opportunity here. That free throw gives her 18 points for the night. Check that, make that 16 for the night. 7 in the third quarter, 3 here. That gives her 10 in this half, 6 in the first half. Faith Watson misses on that shot, and Gamble clears the board for University. Lady Trojans on the run. Give it off to Gamble. Gamble going to slow it down. Pass back into Gamble in the paint. She loses the dribble, and King takes it away. Gets it off to Cortez. 5 minutes left in the contest. University on top by 9 at 38-29. Pass in is knocked away by Gamble. Substitute in the game for University, number 35, Alexis Hadnot. Ball in the corner is off the mark by Scott. University rebounds. Hughes thought about the shot but traveled, but should have gone ahead and taken the shot. Lifted both feet up off the air. Ivory Scott triggers the action, gets it off to Cobb, back to Scott. Into King. Turnaround jumper not there for King. In the corner to Cortez, down low to Faith Watson, but it's stolen away by University. On the other way with it is Jolie Lewis. Has that pass knocked away. A scramble for the basketball, a foul called. Foul's going to be on number 11, Edtasia Cortez. University will inbound from the near side and take that back. It's 1-1. University in the bonus. That'll send Alexis Hadnot to the line, I do believe. I'm sorry, number 15, Serena Guardiola at the line. Her first chances at the charity stripe for the sophomore. And she hits that one perfectly. Gives her 3 points, all in the second half. That makes the lead 11, the largest of the night for University. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Scott off the front of the rim. University rebounds. Pass goes down to Hughes. Hughes with a bounce pass inside to Hadnot. Excuse me, that's Jolie Lewis. And Lewis puts up the shot, but is fouled. So sophomore Jolie Lewis goes to the line. Waco High is going to ask for a timeout with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. University has its largest lead of the night at 12 points, 41-29. Again, the next action for the University Lady Trojans will be on November the 14th in the Bowie tournament. This game being recorded for replay for Waco ISD TV on November the 9th. So Saturday morning at 11 o'clock they're playing this game. Waco Lady Lions' next action will be on the 12th of November when they play at La Vega. That'll be followed by a trip to Corsicana for that tournament, November the 14th through the 16th. So far in the fourth quarter, Waco High has only managed one basket. University has put 7 points on the board to forge this 12-point lead. But Jolie Lewis going to the line to shoot a pair. We'll get that one to roll around and rattle down. University has done very well at the free throw line in this contest. In fact, that may be the difference in this game is their free throw percentage. Bounces that one off the front of the rim. Cortez has the rebound for Waco High, gets it off to Scott. Scott to Cobb. Cobb looking for the make the play start. Gets it off to Scott. Scott into the paint. Traveled on her way there. That's the sixth time that Scott's been called for traveling. Ball went out of bounds off of Waco High. University will inbounds. Ball goes off the foot of University. So Waco High will now inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Chance to cut into this 13-point lead. Good job by Jolie Lewis to steal that inbounds pass. Lewis gets it over to Hughes. Into the corner it goes to Caceres. First shot's no good, but the rebound is put back up and in. Outstanding job by Jolie Lewis, who's been very active here in the second half. She's got 6 points for the game. That's a 15-point lead for University, their largest of the night. Cortez puts up a three-pointer that's no good. Get the pass off to Gamble. Gamble picked up by Scott. Gamble trying to get it across the timeline. Pass stolen away by Edtasia Cortez. She'll go to the basket and a little too hard. University gets the long rebound, but that's stolen right back away. And do we have a foul call? And now a technical foul called on head coach Mervyn Brown, questioning the call. That'll send University to the line for a couple of shots. Mervyn Brown not happy, his team down by 15, being outscored here in the fourth period. 8-2. Sheridan Gamble hits the first of the technical fouls. 7 of 8 in the second half from the free throw line. Make it 8 of 9. Extends the lead out to 17 points, the largest of the game. 46-29. Just under 2.5 minutes left to go. Hughes with the pass down the corner, gets down to Gamble. Her turnaround jumper is good. Sheridan Gamble has really taken control here in the second half for University. He's got 21 points now, 15 of that in the second quarter. Ivory Scott with a three-pointer is fouled. She'll get 3 shots at the line. Good look at Ivory Scott for Waco High. Again, she's just a freshman, hits the first free throw. Three points is all University has managed to put through the hoop here in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter, the fourth quarter. Scott misses that free throw, gets one more opportunity. Takes advantage of it. He's got 8 points on the night. University trying to break the press. Foul, traveling going to be called on University trying to get the ball up court. The turnover once again goes back to Waco High. With 2 minutes exactly left in the game. They trail by 17. Ivory Scott with a three-pointer. Can't make it go. Traveling going to be called against University's Jolie Lewis after the rebound. They'll give the ball to Waco High once again. Now substitutes for University. As checking in is Michaela Davis along with Jolie Lewis. Cobb looking down low, nothing there. Puts it out to Ivory Scott. She tries to drive off to Cortez. Cortez yanks up the three that's no good. Going to go out of bounds off of Faith Watson, University's basketball. Andrea Hughes will trigger the inbounds pass. To Gamble, back to Hughes. Hughes will throw it up court. Gets it off to Caceres. Caceres drives to the bucket. She's going to be fouled as she tries to put the shot up. Candace Caceres looking for her first points of the night. She's 0 for 2 at the free throw line. All that came in the first quarter. Minute 26 to go. Caceres hits her first free throw of the night. Got them both. Those are 2 points. Makes it an 18-point contest. University on top 49-31 with a minute 26 left. Ivory Scott looking to set up the play as University breaks into a 1-2-2 zone. Inside to Ivory Scott. Her turnaround jumper off glass is good. Scott's got 11 points in the half and 12 for the game. University going to take its time now, run some clock. Andrea Hughes from the baseline puts up the shot that's no good, and it'll go out of bounds off of University's Michaela Davis. So Waco High will get the ball back with under a minute to go. Cortez, a three-pointer no good. Caceres with the rebound for University, runs the floor, now pitches it back out. Gamble will wait for some defense to come out against her and see if she can't pick up a foul. Try to go down low, but it's knocked away by Faith Watson out of bounds. And now we get a timeout called by Waco High as they want to talk about it. Again, University on top by a score of 49-33. Sheridan Gamble leading all scorers with 21 points. 15 of those have come here in the second half of play. Waco High is being led by Edtasia Cortez with 9 points. Actually, Ivory Scott has 10. But not a whole lot of scoring here in the second half for Waco High. They were held to 15 in the first half. Had a 22-15 score at halftime. The University has pretty much relied on senior Sheridan Gamble to do most of the scoring, and she's done a lot of that at the free throw line. Trojans with the inbounds pass. Gets it off to Caceres. Picked up by Cobb. Pass thrown into Gamble. Back to Caceres. Caceres will take it to the right side. Michaela Davis. Dribbles around. Taking some time off the clock. Drives the baseline. Puts up a shot that's no good. That was Destiny Burks. Three-pointer put up by Cobb off the mark. No good. Ball out of bounds off of University with very little time left. Edtasia Cortez puts up the last shot of the game, and it's no good. And our final score is University 49 and Waco High 33. Lady Trojans go to 1-0 on the year, while the Lady Lions fall to 0-1 as this is the season opener for both squads. Hope you've enjoyed this contest between the Lady Lions and the Lady Trojans. For our entire Waco ISD TV crew, I'm Lark Smith. So long from the University High School Gymnasium.